Hello, good evening, and welcome to another exciting stream here on I80386SX. And we have Kibbs with Retro in the chat already. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. Glad that you can join us. So, winding down the 2024 season, 2024 year, whatever you want to call it. And I have went down probably the worst rabbit hole that I'm probably going to ever go down. We have our lovely Magnetbox and our Panaphonics. These are both those what you call it, the DVR units that they have a TV tuner in them, they have a hard drive in them, and you can burn DVDs with them. Neither one of these power up as it stands. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to fix them tonight, but we'll see. The Magnetbox, unfortunately, I have done some work with that already offline. Unfortunately, no obvious smoking gun in terms of, well, do we see an obviously blown component? And I have tenderized this for... So yes, all the caps... Oops. That would help if I would do this. Okay, great. So all the caps have been replaced with Rubycons. Every single one of them were under spec. Every single one. I mean, was it bad? Probably most of them would have worked, but it was kind of borderline, below spec. So I replaced every cap. Still have nothing. I replaced a couple resistors. Still nothing. Replaced a MOSFET that I think was the problem. Still nothing. So I gave up. I bought a kit on eBay for this one. It came with a number of diodes. It came with some resistors. It came with some questionable caps that we're not going to put on because I know my caps are no good. So there's the Magnetbox. And the Panasonic, which I've already tenderized as well offline, has a few more obvious problems. We might be repairing e-waste. I don't know. But this unit also does not power on. And as you can tell, there are, or maybe you can't. Let's see if we can get this detail on camera. But there are 5 caps right here. They're all bulged and leaking. Is my sound still bad? Let's see what I can do here. It says that microphone says it's working. Yes, definitely this machine was built during the capacitor plague. And let's see, let's get the power supply over yonder. Okay, now we'll have to figure that out. Between a Windows update and a OBS update, some things I had to go make some on-the-fly adjustments, so we'll see. But anywho, here is the power supply. 2 smoking guns on this one for sure. Our precious goo is sticking out. This unit is the one I'm going to work on first, just because I think we have a higher odds of fixing it tonight. Let's see now. This does not have October 2004. Oof, this is a lot older than I thought, so I don't know if it's even going to be worth repairing, but we shall see. So let's get the old soldering iron out, and let's get right to work. As we are on a time frame as usual, but that's part of the fun. We see how far we get in 2 hours. Depending on how far I get tonight, I have a part 2. There was a piece of equipment I was supposed to get, but the shipper decided to sit on it for a week, so we don't have that one yet. Yeah, so the worst part about this Windows Update thing is I actually did try to be prepared. It did not work out in such ways. But this is life as we know it. So let's get the soldering iron plugged in. And here's the funny part. The caps, the 7 smoking guns, if you will, they're all the same capacity and voltage. So that worked out. So I bought a set of 10 on DigiKey for basically nothing. Alright, we got our soldering iron plugged in. We got a desoldering wick in the near vicinity. And the Panasonic DVR came with a Retore 120 gig IDE drive, which is actually in really great working condition. Believe it or not, there's no bad sectors. I ran speed fan on it, and there is absolutely nothing anywhere near the red or yellow. Everything's like green 100% on it. I found that to be a little weird, so. But regardless, we have a good working drive. So I am happy about that. So if nothing else, we at least get an IDE drive out of it. That's probably going to get scarce. Probably get more rare by the day. So yes, we need to replace C1260. And I'm going to guess it's C1261 is the two caps we need to replace on the power supply board. So let's get it on. I don't know if this is warmed up quite enough yet, but we shall see. Maybe not. Well, it's getting there. They do have a solder sucker somewhere. I don't know where that went off to, though. Let's see if we can do this a quick and dirty way. What is this at? I'll set it up for 400. It is already at 400. Alrighty then. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Ish. Yeah, I hate when Windows does that. It's, you know, there's always an old saying we had at one of the other places I worked at. It's like, Microsoft gets something right, so they always start over. It's like, just keep with what works. No security updates are a thing, but you can still keep some of the core stuff, you know. And I'm one of those suckers that, ooh, that stinks to high heaven. But I'm one of those suckers, especially at work, that will upgrade to the latest OS just because I know, well, a lot of people are going to have it, so I might as well do a whole Misery Loves Company logic. That's my logic. Misery Loves Company, you got to learn how to use it. And I see all these other technicians. Granted, I didn't do much Windows 8 stuff, but this is back in the days of Windows 8 where they put that start menu add-on on. I never bothered to do that with my personal stuff because most end users are not going to know about that start menu add-on. So I just dealt with it for the little bit that I had to deal with it. But then I got used to it with Server 2012 R2. Got a little annoyed with it again with Windows 8.1. Alright, so we rambled enough. Since this seems to be working, I'm just going to go do this. Yeah, I agree. Windows shouldn't have to mess with any boot settings. There's no benefit to that. There's no security benefit to that. The other thing I really hate that it does is BIOS updates. Like, there's a reason why it may or may not be, folks. Don't do it. Especially with Windows 11 strong arms you into it. I was trying to, what was I doing? My laptop, work laptop, did a BIOS update right in the middle of troubleshooting. Oh, that was so bad that day. So the worst part is the particular building that I was at was, all the services was down. The internet was down. The phones were down. Everything was down. So yeah, that was. Oh, sorry, I gotta wait for Windows updates to do whatever. I think on top of which it was a location that was giving me trouble. All right, so yeah, let's. Yeah, it might be more of a Windows 11 thing. That's Windows 11, I think, is pushing that issue now. There's one bright side to it. You know, I get mad at my system engineer coworkers and say, "Yeah, pushing these updates," but at the same time, I don't have to deal with it, and they're smarter than me, so I'll take that small trade-off. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that, we're gonna flatten those legs out a little bit. Right? Yeah, it's like the moment the corporate world starts to get into something other than Windows, then you may have something. Because that was the trouble for the longest time, is that the corporate world uses Microsoft. I even noticed now, like some of the vendors, like HPE, and there was a couple other gaming ones. They flat out, even their servers are starting to go towards Red Hat. Well, of course, it's well, Red Hat. It's a paid version of Linux, but, and I think Fortinet is, they used to use CentOS for everything. Now they're using Alma, Rocky. Job security. Unfortunately, that doesn't work with my current job because everyone else knows Linux enough to get in trouble too. So especially that gaming system at the last place. I was the only one that touched it. Even our gaming guy didn't really want to touch it. That's casino gaming. He wasn't hired to be that, so was also the Mac guy for a while too, but wasn't really much need for that there. The only reason why the Mac even came into play there was one CIO was a Mac user and he wanted everything compatible with Mac. That was the sole reason behind that. Cool guy. Workaholic. Alright, so we got our power supply. The offending caps have been replaced on that, so let's do that. So in theory, if it is really just a cap problem, that should do it. And I don't see any other ones that are bulging or spewing their guts. And oh, we have a problem maybe. We might have a big problem. Let's check that fuse before we do anything else, because it don't matter what we're going to do if we don't check that. It says it's fine. Okay, cool. Great. And these are ELDA caps that I'm pulling out of here, but they are from the capacitor plague era. So it doesn't really matter with that era, because everything was terrible then. So where is the other board? How do I get this board out? Out you go, board. So we gotta be careful with this thing. It's gotta. This might be the IDE connector that's on here. I don't know, but this connector to the right of my screen here, it's next to the CF card. That's kind of an interesting connector. It feels like it's gonna bend off if I look at it wrong, but on this one, we are going to go for C3022, 3022, Lord knows, and its two friends next to it. They're all in a row, fortunately. So typically you would mark them, but the bulging and the leaking should be a good indicator of what is bad and what isn't. Where's my desoldering wick? Okay. And I also lost track of that again. Darn it. Right there. Okay. C3022, 24, and 26. Okay. I don't like how I'm bending this board, to be honest. I should do something about that. But let's get this. But the way I've been desoldering them, which is probably all sorts of wrong, has been doing what it's supposed to do, so I'm going to continue down that route. Well, this one's putting up a little bit more of a fight. See if I can get it to go down here. Ooh, that could have been bad. That's definitely the right cap, so that's... Yeah, I am on screen. Perfect. Let's straighten out those pins. Let's see if we can get this to crush down just a little bit more. Definitely heating up the right cap. Yeah, you probably did state that you were a Linux user. I'm starting to really know a lot of people that are into the Linux world these days. Shoot, my one of my instructors at the tech school was peddling that back in the early 2000s, and well, the ones that peddle Linux, they've been right. Those are the ones that I often find are the best at their business. All right, we are lifting things we don't want to lift here. If we go next to its buddy here. We might have to interrogate with flux at some point here. This one is not being as nice. Oop. Everybody. Alright, come on. Not really. There we go. That will do. That's the way it's supposed to melt. Well, fair enough. Oh, I had a boss absolutely hated Adobe for. He liked Photoshop, but the Adobe Reader, he had a war of words with Adobe Reader. But unfortunately for me, working in a Microsoft shop comes Active Directory. If you really like half-baked stuff, try a core install of that. Never again. Oh, it's taking the pad off. Uh-oh. Ooh, we just saved it. Hopefully that's... Oh, hey, Trina. Welcome. I know you've been busy these days. And, ooh, we're not going to be able to... Did I pull the wrong cap? That's a 1000 microfarad cap. Okay, we are not going to be fixing this one tonight. Darn. I think the odds of putting in an overnight delivery at this point are not going to happen. Jeez Louise. Don't do what Jesse don't does. Oh no, it's taking the pad on this one too. This one is just fighting for its life here. I don't know why it's doing that. I will come back to that one. Oh, hope that's not ripping the pad off. Ish. There must be some stubborn stuff in there. Alright, time to pick up big guns here before we totally destroy what's left of this. And knock over cameras and this, that, and the other thing. Need some flux. Let's hope that is enough to end this thing's existence. I get that one off? Nearly. we go. It's getting solder on it, so it's got to be desoldering something. May have been a good night for that fume extractor thing. That one's just about out, but it's taking stuff with. Shorten this out just a bit. That stupid bend, that's what's doing it. Oh, we lost a plastic piece. Oh! Cool. Okay, another cap fell off. That's good. Okay, so, oh boy. This stream is definitely turning into a famine. Pardon me. That one is... Okay, that side's about to come out. Just hanging on for dear life. I don't know how I misread those values of those caps. I legit don't know. But anyway, we're going to try and handle these in a little bit smarter manner than we've been so far. Let's see, what are these other two? This is C3031, C3029 are next on the old docket. We can bend those leads straight. I think that's part of our issue. There's the one I was just working on, C3029. C2039, where are you? Well, that's the way it's supposed to take the solder off. I don't know why I didn't earlier. That's the way it's supposed to suck that solder off. That's what I was looking for. All right. But we're going to do this a little bit more cautiously this time. Once we're killing pads. And scraping boards. That's that other thing. I am a trained professional. Should I ask Kips? Or should I just nod and smile politely? Oh, this side's loose. And there goes the pad. Son of a... Exactly what I did not want to do was kill a pad, but we killed a pad. Trying to be so careful, too, with this one. And it just still managed to rip a pad off. Darn it. Alright, so I'll just smile and nod politely. How about that? There we go. We got the final cap out. So first of all, we got to order caps. So this is kind of at a standstill. We do have a broken trace we got to do something with, unfortunately. But I think I can scrape some of the metal off and make it work. So yeah, C3029, I ripped the pad off. And I was being so darn careful with that one too. So yeah, that's a bummer. But let's set that board to a side for now. I'll have to put it in order. I really hate to do it, but maybe we go on Amazon and order the cheap junk and hope for the best. Sure, yeah. I think those old AT power supplies, some of them technically had 2 power cords going into them. Or are you trying to do something with a graphics card? Alright, anyway, so that one is at a standstill, so let's go for the Magnetbox. And hopefully we don't have any broken traces with this one. Do have everything tenderized in this one as well. The Magnetbox comes with a 320 gigabyte hard drive, serial ATA. It is a base model WD green. And this unit is at least 6 years newer, if not that, not a little bit more. The hard drive manufacture date is any indication. And it's bored out before. Okay, here we go. We got that out. I figured, yeah, the graphics card was going to be the next guess. Alright, so we have a handful of parts on the other side of the room here. And this particular eBay seller actually did kind of a nice job at this. This is the kit that I received. Not crazy about these bottom caps, but we don't need them. And I think the fuse is okay. We have 4 diodes. We have a MOSFET. A couple resistors. ICs and more resistors. I swear there was 2 resistors in this package. Maybe it's a figment of my imagination. Oh no, there's only 1 resistor, and I think I replaced it already. So let's throw the parts cannon at it since we are already there. So we will start with the easiest one, which I think is already good, but we have a fuse, so let's see if the fuse is in fact any good. Anybody got a shotgun for my printer? Just started making weird noises. Fuse is good. Alright, let's start from the bottom up. Since we know the fuse is good, we're going to go with diodes next. So we got D2101 through D2104. They're all the same diode. according to their instructions. I will do the MOSFET as well, just because I'm not sure if my replacement is any good or correct. Ah, I see. Say no more. I mean, if it works, I'm not here to ask questions or pass judgment. In the sports world, it's only stupid if it doesn't work. Alright, so let's get this diode business in play here. Knock on wood, everything on this board has been very cooperative. So we'll start with D2101, which is right on the edge here. Well, actually, I do have kind of a story. We made a homemade SAN, if you will, for a client of ours. We had a bunch of SCSI hard drives laying around. This was many moons ago. And we had a bunch of 320 the U320. I don't remember the capacity. They were larger than what the client had at the time. The client was using off-the-shelf WD IDEs for a server, Dell PowerEdge. And it's like, we got this. What if we went with 15K SCSI drives? And okay, customer was inclined. They were intrigued. So what we did, we shoved a SCSI hard drive enclosure and an power supply into an ATX system, and we just did that. And I don't remember how this was in. Shoot. Yeah, definitely sounds like a temporary fix there. Oh, I hope I got a picture of this board, because I don't remember how that diode was supposed to go in. Well, we're not going to make this mistake again, so we're just going to pull another one. But before we pull any more, we are going to take a picture of this. We'll take D2103 next. Oh, but I think I have an idea. But we'll double check. Okay, lines are shorter. Yeah. Does that make sense to any of you? Does it have to? Probably. Oh, why am I doing that? That's foolish of me. We have technology. You know the funny thing about these units? Working one goes for a lot of money on eBay. Or at least people are listing them at ridiculous prices. So I saw somebody trying to sell one of these for $800. It's like, buddy, those weren't even like a quarter of that new. But they're one of the last. These Magnetbox ones were one of the last companies, if not the last company, to allow you to record to a hard drive from off-the-air TV. And with no subscription. The TiVo, I think, requires a subscription of some sort and internet access, which my parents barely had until a couple months ago. Yeah, just a tad outrageous, don't you think? Come on. Now the solder is strong in this young Padawan. That one came right off. What in the wide world? Whatever. This may not be the right tip for this either. We should probably be using flux. And, ooh, okay. We are... Okay, so that confirms what I kind of already knew. The line is going... Stripe goes towards the line end. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Oof, bad idea. It is. Trying to use this. There we go. Got 2 out. Ow. Ow, quit it. Alright, so this one goes in. That's D2103 we pulled. Something like that. Actually, that looks darn close to the original. I think my dad has 2 more of these that are inoperable as well. It'd be nice to get at least one of those going. Hopefully the Panasonic isn't done for, but I have a feeling that I just killed that one off tonight live, but we'll see. Oh, nice. Okay, it looks just about like the original. That's what I was trying to strive for. Hot dog. Let's get those in. Soldered in. Yeah, and yeah, Philips Magnetbox is a strange animal for sure. And I think with these particular units, they have, I think they're rebadged Funai. But it's the only crap you could get around here. Alright, let's go on to the next diodes. Which that one kind of raised itself up somehow. No problem, we'll fix that. Hey, not like that. Okay, cool. We can cut that off further. Neat. Well, somebody's got flux on it. I didn't put that on there, but good for them. It's still sticking up kind of, but I don't care. Okay, D2104 and D2102 are next in line. Say goodbye, gentlemen. Alright, there we go. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to desolder. That's according to script, folks. Alright. Well, there's still a little solder left on it, darn it. Oh, phone is telling me to stand. Right. We are going to use technology. Oh, we don't have to on that side. Nice. Ah, darn it. Alright, it's pretty much out of there. Save for like one thing of solder. Well, I got an idea. Let's bend it or cut it or whatnot. Don't want to go after that component because I have a feeling if we do, that'll be the end of said component. Alright, diode number 3 is out. How about diode number 4? Will you be a good diode and leave your section immediately? Could you remove yourself without a fuss? Thank you. Oh yeah, I think the Pioneer that was supposed to be here had an RS-232 on it. And it was literally, I think it was one of the original TiVos, if I remember my history lesson correctly about it. It had one of two ways to connect to the web. You'd either have to go through a dial-up modem or select USB wireless cards. But one thing that may shock you about televisions, and especially in the business grade ones, is most of them will have a serial port on them of some kind. And that is so they can talk to set-top boxes. At least that's been my experience with it, is set-top boxes. In our hotels, like, oh, we need TVs in our hotel. Well, can't just go to Walmart and buy TVs because it may not work with our hotel TV system. Which in a way was good because at least we got commercial grade televisions out of the deal. So I'm. Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt that at all. In fact, the old TV system my hotel had, I think all those boxes were just running Red Hat of some sort. And here's the funny part. I was telling support how to install their product. We had a server that actually died. It wouldn't power on, so we had no hotel TV. It was one of those really small Dell pizza boxes. It only had one hard drive. It only had one power supply. There's a reason why they went. There's several reasons why they went bye-bye, but that's just one of them. But it was a foolish decision from day one to put it in. That was before my time or any of the current staff there, let alone. Fortunately, we were able to find a local company. I think they all run it on. They were so organized that they brought in their own rack, all wired up, all nice. That was nice. While support wasn't awesome at times, at least I could say that they were somewhat local. Oh yeah, I think my parents have a Philips TV. But I think it's Android, which died in March 2020. The TV before the Philips, I should say, died in March 2020. Because I remember going to Walmart to get that thing right at the height of the pandemic. We took a TV, and it was somebody that I knew from work. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't know it was Android TV. I'm sure they prefer their CRT TV that lasted 20 years before. Oh shoot, I made a critical mistake here, but hopefully these are the same thing. There they go. Okay, we need Kaya 431 goes to C2201. Oh, how in the wide world am I supposed to read that? Oh, 2SC. Wait, this is Q2102, so we need to get IC 2201 out of there. That's just going to be this one here, I'm pretty sure. It does not say. It says 431 on there. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so curves out. And I think part of the problem with those TVs, well, is like it's underpowered crap. I don't know if I could blame Android for that entirely. But that TV my grandpa had, I don't think he really ever used it. I think it was pretty much in the assisted living by the time we bought it for him, or a couple of his kids bought him. It's probably one of the last dumb TVs you could buy. It's cheap old Insignia. It's like, for all the pain I had to go clean that man's basement, I'm taking a TV. And nobody cared. Full disclosure, I did take it with permission. And that's the TV I use for my streaming stuff today. In fact, if I had one of these... If I was able to get one of these units running, I would... Ooh, ow, that was a bad idea. If I were able to get one of these units running, I do kind of have a TV tuner thing set up. We have a Super Nintendo that's acting as a TV tuner. Yeah, exactly. It's just underpowered garbage. I hate to say it, but it's what it is. Even the Fire Sticks are I'm not impressed with them. At that point, I usually do curse Android or whatever flavor Android Amazon uses. Uh-oh, we gotta be careful with this one. Because we are teetering on a trace problem here. Bend these pins up. Let's hope for the best. Okay, there we go. That's starting to loosen up. Ooh, I think I got it. And I think we didn't manage to save most of the trace, if not all of it. Oh, TCL. Don't be good old TCL. Okay, I see. Come out. You were so close. There you go. It's 431. Double check my work. No, Branda has a weird love to it, or dislike, or disdain. It's like you either like it or you don't. It's Vizio. I never personally had a problem with the few that I dealt with, but Weird Phillips runs Debian 6. Well, good thing is at home, as I'm sure the auditors that have a cow about that come audit time. And I only say that because, well, experience. It's one of our phone systems at work. The remote support device that the telephone company used was running Debian 6, and the auditors caught that on a network scan. Of course, auditors don't understand that there's special versions of software out there that need to do certain things, but, well, we don't go into that. Although that was a reasonable audit finding compared to, trying to blame IT for literally a contract involving playing cards. That was the one that takes the cake. I didn't know that playing cards were an IT function, but I didn't know that until I became management. It's like, IT, you need to look at your contracts more. A contract that we'd have nothing to do with, we have to look over. Fun times. My watch is telling me I need to go out and exercise more. Justin, if you're lurking, you're probably not, but maybe a little late because I gotta go do what the watch tells me to do. Let's bend that up. Also, before I do that, is the round side. Yep, round side is out on that as well. Perfect. Alright. We got 2 legs loose. Let's see if we can get number 3 loose. We got all 3 legs loose. Yay! See if we can pull it out gracefully. Let's push down, cut, and try again. Ew. Yeah, all three legs are loose, so this should just pop right up, but we'll straighten the legs up. Or cut them off, whatever. And just because I'm not, that should be after this is soldered in place. This should be all the components I didn't replace previously, but I think to be err on the side of caution, I may replace the MOSFET and use a supplied MOSFET. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Two of the 3 pins in. 2 is not enough. 3 is barely enough. All right. 3 is in. 3 is good. All right. That is all the components I replaced. Should I do that MOSFET? I'm thinking of doing that MOSFET. And the resistor for that matter. Now let's see what happens. We'll send it. Full send, am I right? Full send. Move my keyboard out of the way. This is going to be a situation of take my word for it. Or magic smoke. Let's see if it'll just... Oh, wait, no, it won't part up like that because we don't have it connected to it. But also at the same time, I do want to see if it does that nasty squealing noise still. Holes are lined up. That didn't sound too good. Still makes that horrible squealing noise. I'm not too keen on that, but let's see if it powers on anyway. No power still. All right. Let's replace the MOSFETs and we'll do the other components, save for the caps. The MOSFET and the resistor, that's what we gotta go for. All right, so let's get this out of the way. Start soldering iron on quick because we are in the home stretch of time here. All right, so oh, turn it on. That would be helpful. That would be most helpful, right? Oh, I also need to clip those leads. That'll do it. Okay. See, this gun does cool down really fast. We'll give it that credit for that. Come on. That's starting to melt. Okay, great. See ya. Trying to do this the really quick way, and I'm not sure if it's in my best interest, but we're going to do it. You know what? Let's just use the desoldering wick. Stuff's cheap anyway, and I got plenty of it. Yes, okay. Hole mostly cleared. I'm pretty sure the stuff I'm using is leaded solder. I'd be really surprised with lead-free. But that should just... Yep, it dropped it. Okay, wonderful. So it dropped that. It is a Yago 2245. It's a 5-watt 1R2J. So it may... I don't think this is going to be the culprit, but... I'm pretty sure this was right. But we shall see. I don't think resistors have polarity. That doesn't look like it. Okay, great. Get her down there. All right. It's in there as good as it's going to get. So we're going to solder that right back in. We'll do the MOSFET too, just because we're this far. That could absolutely be the wrong MOSFET, which could be taking everything dead. All right. MOSFET hour is upon us. I think there's a resistor too, but maybe I should do the resistor. R2108. Is that one I replaced already? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I replaced that one. And if it's the wrong resistor, then... Alright. It has a... Ooh, what is that? I have no idea. Okay, is that part of the heatsink too? Indeed it is. Let's take care of that. Okay. MOSFET is just about out. If I had all the right one, that is, unless there's another stand somewhere, which there could be. Or there's still... Oh, no. Come on. You are so close, you know you're close. Oh, there we go. Yes, there is our resistor. As I said, this is a part that I did replace with the best guesstimate. Oh, I don't know if this one was right, but come on. Right, cool. And that over there. Should be Q2101. Excuse me. Allergies are a thing here. All right, we are on. See if this is even close to the one I purchased. I'm going to tell you, it probably isn't. Well, okay, so this may be the problem. Oh no, there's another part. Or is that the... Well, that looks like the original. Let me double check. Yeah, that's the original to this. Oh no. Well, this ought to be fun. I'm gonna squeeze all this in. I think we got it. I really hope this is all it's gonna be. The odds of it being that resistor are low, but maybe if this doesn't do it, then we'll go do the resistor. Okay. Alright. Solder the heat sinks back in. And that's everything but the caps and resistor on this one, so who knows? I did replace that one big resistor though, so that could be it. Bye, keyboard. Nice knowing you. Get in there. Hey, buddy. You gotta get in there with your friends here. Let's see if it squeals. The quieter squealing. The squealing is quieter now. Where's the DVD player? We'll just, let's see if it powers up first. It may need a DVD player. No power. Nothing. Just for the heck of it, let's plug the DVD player in. All these thin ribbon cables. It's a wonderful thing. Oh, this is not going to be easy to plug these back in, is it? Let's do this. Let's disconnect these. Let's disconnect this one. This might be a hair easier. Oh, just kidding. Exactly isn't a fun thing to put back together. All right. DVD player writer is in. Let's reattach these small cables and let's see what we get, if anything. Okay, this is totally going off course. All right, last chance. Last chance saloon. Nothing. Nothing at all. No clock. No nothing. Just unfortunate. So something else is wrong with this board. Now, for the heck of it, let's replace the fuse. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be the fuse, but I'll replace it anyways. It really shouldn't be the darn fuse, but we'll play nice. We'll puber it. Okay, last chance. Do something, or we done. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. What are the odds it's just that resistor? What are the odds? What are the likely odds of that? Let's see if we can get this out without taking everything apart again. That's literally the last piece in this kit. Okay. Alright, we'll replace the resistor. Just last ditch effort to get anything positive out of this project. That has been a complete failure. I also forgot to cut the legs off on this one, but wait a minute. That's a really bad soldering job. We may touch that up. All right, let's do this one more time. Whatever happens, happens. While we wait for that to warm up, let's see what these caps are. These are going to be... I really don't like to do this, but Amazon is going to be our final... So we need 6.3, 1,000, oh, 6.3 volt, 1,000 microfarad. Let's see if any chance we can get one here tomorrow. Right, we got assortments. We have tons of assortments. And boy, nothing for tomorrow, unfortunately. And I don't think there's a Radio Shack near here. Yeah, everything's just Saturday, 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 unfortunately. And that's just what we're going to do then. Alright, so we need 1,000 microfarad, 16 volt, which we actually could do. I really don't want to do this, but it might be just further ahead to go make a proper order on DigiKey and be done with it, because it's not going to get here tomorrow, so I think the live stream will be canceled tomorrow. Yeah, that's just some random kit. Alright, let's see if our iron is hot enough to take this resistor out. Blue side out. Did find a solder joint that I wasn't particularly happy with, so let's see if we can fix that up while we're here. Okay, where is that resistor? That is over yonder. Ah, shoot. We need to desolder that. We shall do that. I also forgot to cut the leg off on this one. Pliers. Alright, so the blue side was out. Ooh, we have... I think we forgot to put a resistor back in. Okay. I may have forgot to put a resistor back in. On the original one. Let's see here. But before we worry about that, that would do it. I could have sworn there was one in at an angle. But I don't see it now. The piece of resistance. I'm pretty sure this is going to be R2108. Yep. And the blue side was out. This could be some random person just yanking my chain. We can't rule that possibility out. But at least this piece will be 100% replaced. We will use the kit outside of the capacitors. You know what? For our other dilemma, it's 1,000 microfarad. Okay, we're 1/10 of the way, 20% of the way there for a Panasonic potentially. I don't know what the green ones are. Nah, the green ones aren't even close. We'll order the right ones. We'll do it right. Even though it may just be a throwaway project, we'll do it right. Like to think I have some integrity. All right. Now, I gotta see what I did with that box of parts, because I swore there was a resistor here. Another resistor that's not in the package, which I thought I determined it was good, so I didn't bother on replacing it. Where did that bag of parts go? Right there. You may have to find out what that resistor is. It may be a figment of my imagination. I am not sure, but I thought I pulled a third one off. Yeah, we'll power it off. If it makes the same horrible squealing noises, then we know that there's something else wrong. But let's go for my box of parts here. There may be nothing at R2202. I'm not sure. But yeah, I only have the two resistors. Alright, let's see if it squeals now. Still terrible. Alright, I'm going to cast my doubts on this one. But we'll try it. If you find wherever that other resistor went, that would be really awesome. I'm almost certain there's a resistor there. Alright, cool. I don't care. Let's see. We're going to pop this unit in real quick and see what happens. When you need more light, you get more light, I guess. goes in correctly on both sides. So this doesn't short anything. And no power. All right, I'm going to end it there. Yeah, so unfortunately we're 0 for 2 on consumer electronics so far. One issue was within my control of not having the right caps. Oops. Unless I have some parts, random parts laying around that match these 5 caps we need, then we might be able to do something with that. If I don't find anything, then I just assume that the live stream for tomorrow is going to be canceled because I have no parts. And after further consideration, I am not going to go the Russian roulette route on Amazon. We'll order from DigiKey or Mouser or another reputable source. Yeah, and my shop's a really big mess right now, so that's why I'm off to the side like this. But there is a possibility there's another resistor that I just forgot to put back in, and that might be the whole holdup with this one. It's not my bag of parts, though, so I find that a little weird. But I hope I didn't throw it out like a fool, but it is what it is if I did. But until then, I don't know if this is going to be the last stream of 2024 or not. I hope it isn't, but if it is, well, we have a fun one coming up. At least for your retro folks, it's going to be a fun one coming up. Very rare computer brand, generic white box. We're going to... It's been something I've been searching for a few years, and I finally found one. It should be here tomorrow. Maybe we'd work on that as a season finale. I don't know. But until then, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a good night. And if you are actually watching this live, in 22 minutes, Justin D. Morgan will be doing his stream. And I recommend you go over there. So, again, thank you for watching. Have a good one.